This work and it can be Patel Institute of Technology. This free from IoT and he has a thinking experience. So teacher ever at age. Yes, journal. He has on camp and uh, so he has what journal. We are very fortunate to have him with us. His great knowledge for students and faculty. So one is the platform of free webinar to share your knowledge with us today. Welcome, sir.
Welcome, sir. Good morning to all. Now the session is hand over to the Yaswant sir. Yaswant sir, you may please start your session.
Okay. Thank you, Rajshri madam and Professor Bindi. Today's I would like to discuss on robotic applications and futuristic trends. My voice is clearly audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, anyone may think why the people are behind the robots? Why anyone would like to develop and build the robot? So basically, human creativity, they are inclined to build the human clone, and they wish that the whatever will be the kind of the devices that may replicate many behavior of the human, either in terms of human arm or human leg. It may be the robot vision system or sound recognition system. That may be the, you can say that, beyond the human range, right? Because we want to accomplish the many tasks which may not be accomplished by the human, because that may be the limitation of the human. But even though we want that you can say that the robotic system which may mimic the humankind of the things in form of the different senses, maybe in form of the thinking even, right? So nowadays the robots are available with their own intelligence also. So
sorry,
now,
sir. Sorry to interrupt you, sir.
Yes.
Please start your video, sir.
Hello. Yeah.
Sir, please start your video.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Yes, sir. But the presenting screen has gone.
Yeah. I will present it. No issue. Is it fine now?
Yes, sir.
So here, the first robot, intelligent kind of the robot that was developed for the social interactions with the humans around 1990s, late 1990s. So that Kismat, which will simulate the different kinds of the emotions, which may have the different kinds of the facial expressions, vocalizations, as well as movements, right? And at that time, it was developed at the cost of $25,000. Then after, in 2005, the mechanical engineering department at Hitachi, they have developed a, you can say that, collaborative robot, which will be very high speed and agile in the movements, which will also take care about the collision avoidance. Even it can recognize the voices of the different people, which will be already taught within that system itself. And you will feel that there is a natural movement of the arm like the humans. Then in 2008, the iCub was developed, right, which was the you can say that the child size robot, because the people would like to simulate the different capabilities of the child, like crawling, grasping objects, as well as interacting with the people. The basic aim of this particular robot is, in future, they want to test the such kind of the robots along with the kids, means with those people who having a single kid, and he or she would like to go for a company, then this may be the another alternative solutions for them. So in which they have started using the platform like artificial intelligence as well as cognitive science. So in 2016, the Sophia, which was the first humanoid, we can say that who has given the robot citizenships throughout this world, right? And which was the you can say that the robot innovation ambassador, which was declared under the United Nations Development Program. So here you can see in the video also that it has the different kind of the gestures, the or face expressions you will find on her face. In 2018, a group of researchers from the Osaka College from Japan, they have also built a sharp edge runner robots that can feel pain, right? So the robot is built in a such a manner that we can say that on the skin, they have the different kind of the pain and the expressions, and that you will find on the face, or as well as the different parts of the robotic systems, right? So the robot can make the realistic facial expressions and responding to the touch by like smiling, crawling, grimacing, like that. In 2020, we can say that the ASIMO, that the name itself is saying the advanced step in innovative mobility, which can freely walk as well as climb the stairs of the staircase with a perfect balance, even on the 1 foot, even, right? On a single foot, the robot can be climb the stairs. Even this particular robot can able to manipulate the different kinds of the objects, as well as the weight which will be normally as the humankind, that is 54 kg, not much. So in terms of the space and cost also, it is efficient. And recently, which will be also used at one of the restaurant for serving to the different people in the hotels. So you can see in this particular video also, right?
Today, Japan is one of the world's leaders in the production of robots for all spheres of life. See Japan's top 5 largest robotic giants and a selection of their coolest robots. The world's first most advanced and famous humanoid robot was not Atlas by Boston Dynamics, but Osmo, developed by Honda. The creation of the robot began in 1986. In 14 years, the company has gone through several stages, studying the types of gait and leg structures of humans and animals to teach the humanoid robot speed and stability. As a result, in 2000, Osmo was presented to the public for the first time. And in 2011, the latest version of the robot was released with the world's first autonomous behavior control technology. The robot not only had the ability to control his body, recognize terrain, and work with certain objects, but also had the ability to interact with people, including understanding their poses and gestures. For 2009, about 100 Osmos were released, but in 2018, the company stopped developing the robot. At the same time, since 2008, the company has been developing a walking assist device exoskeletons, personal mobile devices U3X, Uni-CUB, and the Uni-CUB-B, as well as remote observation robots for operation on the lower floors of nuclear reactors and nuclear power plants. In each of these devices, technology used previously in the Osmo robot was applied. They also became the basis for a new line of Honda 3E concept robotic service robots. 3EA18 personal companion, 3EB18 personal mobile device, and 3EC18 intelligent trolley, as well as 3ED18 mobile robot platform. Toyota is also active in robotics. The company's most famous robot is the humanoid with the remote control THR3. The robot accurately replicates the operator's movements from a distance of up to 10 kilometers using 5G network technology. Thanks to the master maneuvering system, all parts of the robot body can be controlled by the robot's own movements. In doing so, the operator controls the coordination and force of the robot's contact with people and objects via feedback technology and sees everything with its eyes via a headset. The robotic is flexible and smooth in its movements. The real star time in robotics for Toyota was to be the Olympics in 2020 in Tokyo. The company's Olympic and Paralympic robotic mascots from Top and Semeti were to be welcomed to the public, while the THR3 and TTR1 robots were provided a remote presence for those who could not go to the event live. The H5R, human support robot, and DSR, delivery support robot, had to take care of the spectators' comfort in wheelchairs, guide them to their seats, and after a selection of light snacks and drinks, while the FSR field support robot had to become an assistant judge. Equipped with a fully automatic control system, the FSR can collect sports equipment used in the competition. Toyota also sells Hirobo mini robots, capable of communicating not only with a person, but also the company's car and smart home. In the top 10 manufacturers of industrial robots in the world, 5 companies from Japan, and the bottom of them is Yaskawa. It manufactures about 40,000 robots per year, most of which are manufactured under the Moto Man brand. Its range of robots includes robots for welding, assembly, cutting, painting, warehousing, and research, as well as ready-made solutions for customers' needs. In 2015, the company celebrated its 100th anniversary, in honor of which it transformed its headquarters in Katayushu into a robot village open to the public. The company has many innovations on its account. For example, in 1994, it released the world's first robotic controller, capable of synchronously controlling 2 robots, and in 2007, it saw the world's fastest arc welding robot, the Moto Man SSA 2000. The company also manufactures collaborative robots for working with people. For example, the Moto Man HC10 is capable of performing a wide range of tasks, lifting loads of up to 10 kilograms and working within 1.2 meter radius. But the main thing about this robot is it can be controlled manually without programming, which allows you to quickly integrate it into any process. The company has also a biomedical robot. Moto Man CSDA 10F is a 2-handed robot system capable of working accurately in a laboratory environment with any standard laboratory equipment. The robot is easy to train and can be used in pharmaceutical, clinical diagnostics, research, and development of new drugs. For example, the Our Story startup embodies the success of business models producing the personalized cosmetics and therapeutic processes using the Moto Man CSDA 10F. Another Japanese industrial robot manufacturing giant is FAMU. Its operations are worldwide, including the Tesla factory in Fremont, California. The M10IA-12S robot is one of the most popular robots in the world, featuring compactness, speed, and agility. According to some estimates, the total number of M10IA-12S robots in the world is about 2 million. The learning vibration control training system enables the robot to increase its own productivity. Another outstanding Fanuc robot is the M2000IA-2300. It's one of the largest robots in the world. The 2300 marked with a payload of 2.3 tons. It's capable of lifting and turning very heavy objects without losing speed or accuracy to a height of almost 4 meters. The robot is also capable of lowering the lifted load to a precisely defined location. The M2000IA-2300 robots are installed on Boeing, BMW, Saab, Land Rover, and others. Fanuc arc welding robots feature Fanuc IR vision system, which allows them to determine the type of part, its position, as well as performing post-welding inspections. Unlike the previous 2 companies, Kawanda Inc. describes humanoid robots for industry and other applications. The best known is NextStage, an industrial humanoid robot capable of interacting with other robots as well as with humans. The robot manipulators are equipped with an image recognition system. It is able to perform ordinary mechanical work, tighten screws, build on a machine, assemble structures from parts, and even make coffee. It can be used as a front loader to pick up, transport, and store small objects. Next stage has been used in the production of various machines since 2009. In the Japanese factory of Glory Ltd., they are engaged in the assembly of ATMs and automatic payment terminals. The machines work side by side with people without creating any danger for them. Next stage can also work as a barista. The price of a robot is more affordable than Spot, from $62,000. There's also an open source research variation of the robot. In addition, this company, with the support of the National Institute of Advanced Industrial Science and Technology, was implementing humanoid robotics project funded with the Ministry of Economy, Trade, and Industry of Japan. The HRP 1, 2, 3, and 4 robots were based on the P-series robots purchased from Honda, which were intermediate robots before Azimuth. As part of the humanoid robotics projects, the robots learned to stand up on their own, walk narrow paths, and work with some tools and objects, but not on their own, and nor were they independent. In 2018, without Kawanda's participation, AIST created a more autonomous construction robot, HRR-5P, based on these developments, which was already capable of performing a number of tasks independently. If you want to learn more about 5 more Japanese companies and their incredible robots, like this video and we'll make a second part to this review. Subscribe to the Pro Robots channel and watch and playlist reviews of the coolest robots around the world and the latest technology news.
So you can see the different kind of the innovations in the country like Japan, where people are talking about you can say that collaborative moments. So in near future, maybe down the line 5 years or 10 years, you will find the different kinds of the robot which will always assisting the humans without any kind of the accident or any, you can say that any kind of the nuisance among the humans, right? So current developments are moreover you can say that focused for the emotions, then energy efficiency, then how to integrate the whatever kind of the informations, right? So we can say that that will be the data mining and artificial intelligence, right? So there are almost more than 1,000 dedicated research centers throughout this world. They are day and night focusing on the development of a new level of robotic systems, which will be used for different levels. It may be for military purpose, it may be used for medicines or in the surgery, as well as you can say that day-to-day life usage, or maybe it will be used for the office environments also. So there are different ways in my presentations. You will find numerous applications. I will try to cover the variety of the robotic applications in future. Maybe down the line 5 to 10 years, you will see the different types of the robot available in the market. Recently, during the pandemic, COVID pandemic situations also, as the students cannot move to the university for getting their degrees, so the Japan, they have developed a dedicated robots for the awarding the degree ceremony, right, at their university. You just see this video. So recently, we can say that there are many, you can say that the coolest robots, they are available for the children. If you will visit any Amazon or any other websites, right, in countries like US, Japan and Germany or France, wherever the kids are having a problem, where you will find the robotic like systems like this, as you can see in this particular figure, where the similar kind of the robotic system which are normally telling the stories to the kids, even they are more interactive with the children's. Even children want to listen the any song, we can say that based on the voice, it will try to play. So we can say that there is a lot of development in the field of toys, even using the robotic architecture. Now another category, we can say that the drone will also, you can say that it is a robotic like devices. There are different kind of the drone, which are the nano, micro, mini. Based on the capacity, here I have just listed the range. So up to the 250 gram, it will be considered as a nano kind of the drone. Then up to the 2 to 225 kg, it will be considered small drones. And greater than 150 kg, it will be considered under the category of a large drones. So micro air vehicles, MAVs, we can say that recently also the Indian government will be focusing more on such kind of the aerial vehicles. And recently also we can say that there are a number of issues that we have just in the last week, we have listened about the drone which will be nearby the Indian territories and nearby the Air Force stations even, right? So even our military also want that the same micro air vehicles which will be used for various purposes. It may be used to search the bombs and inspect the targets. It can be used for intelligence services, even for the biochemical sensing also. The such kind of the micro air vehicles can be used. Even for the urban areas, it may be used for hostages rescue, even border patrolling, conditions monitoring also, as well as for commercial aspect. We can say that for traffic monitoring, fire and rescue, then wildlife sanctuary or also, as well as for real estate photography also. These such kind of micro air vehicles can be used. Here in the figure you can see that in drone also there may be a different kind of the drone like black hornet nano drones, right? So all these are the different types of the nano drones, right? Earlier was the micro drone, these are the nano drones, and in future also it may possible that, as you can see in the nano quadruptors, right, there may be you can say that weight of this particular one which will be very less, it may be of 60 to 50 to 60 grams, and it may possible that in the warheads we can say that the nano quadrators are there, and from the airplane we can say that 1 lakhs of such kind of the nano quadruptors there may be already dropped into the enemy's territory, and whenever they will hit anything, we can say that they will be blasted. In that way, the whole you can say that you need not require to work with the missiles or any other things. You just have to work like you are sprinkling the pesticides into the fire, into the you can say that in the forest. Similarly, in the same working principle, you are just dropping the different kind of the nano quadruptors in the enemy territories, and it will be blasted whenever it will be heated at a particular target. Moreover, you will see that there are many other kind of the different kind of the nano drones. They are developed by the different universities as well as research centers. So basic applications means those who are in the diploma, I think they may sensitize that basically right now in industry, what are the various applications. So basic applications of the robot in the industry is the loading and unloading. In India, at many places you will find that robots are used for pick and place kind of the operations. Moreover, it may be used for die casting, plastic molding, even metal machining operations also, forging, press working or heat treating. It is rightly said that even CNC machines may not be of use after the 15 years, 15 to 20 years. In place of that, the CNC machines will be replaced by a series of a robotic system. Right, in one hand the robot will hold the raw material, and through the second hand the you can say that the required operations will be performed by the robots, right? So that kind of the scenario can be you can say that thought of, and people are working in that dimensions also. For processing operations, like you have seen in the video also, that after the welding at any locations we would like to go for the inspections or any kind of the welding you want to perform precisely, because it can maintain the constant velocity, because human hand there may be a jerky motions, but it will be operated through the robot. It will be jerkless, and you can say that what will be the decided pre-decided feed rate. With that, spot welding, arc welding, or spray painting, or any kind of the cutting operations can be performed using the robots. And in Indian industries also, people are using the SCARA or joint arm robots. Normally, KUKA and FANUC robots are widely used in industrial area of Gujarat. Right. So at many places in Makarpura GIDC also, at Vidyanagar GIDC also, you will find the robots like KUKA and FANUC control. Now another domain that is called parallel manipulators. We can say that there is a lot of application of parallel manipulator. They are emerging from the past 10 years. It may be the GUB platform, or it may be a Pollard spatial industrial robot, or it may be a cube manipulators, right? Or can be a hexapod or delta robots. So normally hexapod, you can see here, which will be normally used to simulate. Means I think if you have visited the Maruti Suzuki, where you can say that they will feel you a driving experience. There may be a brake, clutch, or everything, but it is merely a simulator. So in that simulator, normally the hexapods are used. Now delta robots, as you can see, the ABB has manufactured the delta robots. So which are normally used for the biscuit manufacturing industry. So for pick and place operations in the biscuit industries, now the delta configurations are preferred one among the others. Similarly, for the satellite tracking system or reconfiguration of the robot, as well as for the you can say that precise surgery, you can see that whenever in this head we require to go with a precise surgery, because normally it is always preferable that the whatever is the opening required for the surgery, it should be as minimum as possible. But inside you want to manipulate the more amount of the workspace. So which is only feasible with the help of the parallel manipulators, because the serial manipulator having this particular limitations, because the precise positioning is always a problem, as they are connected into the you can say that the open loop environments, while the parallel manipulators are the closed loop system, and the joint error are also minimized as they are in parallel architecture. So that's why for precise surgery nowadays, the doctors and the other manufacturers of the medical equipments, they are using the parallel manipulator concepts widely. Even for the heart patients, whenever we want to give the equal amount of pressure. So here you can see that using this system for CPR, we can say that people are using this system, so that compared to the doctor is using his hands for the pressurizing, because the pressure is not normally equal. It may be higher or lower, but here you can have a control over the required pressure for the patient. So we can say that it gives you a good result compared to the other one. Now I have worked in the field of parallel manipulator, and these are my citations in the last month. Right, so I have published more than 25 papers in the journals and different conferences at national levels. Now I'll talk about the industrial robots. So here we can say that there is one US company called Baxter. So they have developed this robot, which will be normally weighing around 60 kg weight of the robot. So which will be used for various operations. As you can see, for the pick and place, it also having a robot vision system also. and we can say that it can work along with the human without causing any kind of accidents. Moreover, FANUC control robots are very good for the different welding and inspections operations. Even KUKA robots are also used by the pharmaceutical equipment manufacturing organizations, right? So for precise welding, the KUKA robots as well as pick and place operations also, the KUKA robot is widely used. Now there are different kind of the locomotions. Whenever we are talking, because human having a legged locomotions, snake having a articulated locomotions, right? So here you can see that people have developed the snake kind of configurations. Whenever in the hole, whenever we want to inspect up to the certain level, right, where the human cannot move or human hand cannot be placed inside, in such situations, the such kind of articulated locomotions will be preferred. Now here you can see that using the omni wheels, the wheel locomotions, which will be easier for taking any kind of left, right, front or back movements, right? So normally whenever any kind of the rover that will be sent to the outer planets, right, like Mars mission or maybe moon mission or anyone, now people are going with a wheel locomotion. So far, not a single you can say that rover which will be other than this, right? Normally wheel locomotion is more preferred because it will provide a more stability compared to other kind of the locomotions. But even though the usage of the you can say that different locomotions cannot be ignored, right? So like a tracked locomotions also will be preferred among the other locomotion system, because whenever there will be a sand or muddy environment, or you can say that unstructured environment is there, then more frictions can be provided by the track locomotions. So even for the outer planet systems, after the wheel, we can say that people have tried with the tracked locomotions also, right? So here in the figure you can see that the tracked locomotion, it can climb the stairs even using the tracked locomotions. So for unstructured environment, the track locomotions may be the one of the good options. Now up to the 2025, you can see that the kind of the expected revenue model by the people, that in the global market so far we can say that 132 billion US dollar market is there, and it is expected that it may be almost double within the 4 years, right? So within the 4 year, it is expected that the robotic market that may be almost double in the next 4 years. Now I will discuss about the what kind of the robots so that will be there in futures. So here we can say that there may be a lot of market for the healthcare kind of the robots. So at each and every home, maybe your grandfather or grandmother, they are ill, then you may be working at your workplace, but there may be a robotic system which will be continuously monitoring and assisting your grandparents, right? So and that particular one will be linked with your mobile or any device, mobile like devices, so that you are able to continuously track the kind of the activities that will be happening at your home. So in that way, definitely the healthcare robotics having a lot of emerging market in near future. And in COVID situations, we can say that who will be the first persons who, or first company who is developing such kind of devices, the people would try to bought such kind of devices at their homes, right? Even as I have just mentioned that by using the dual arm manipulations, here you can say that this is the use of a dual arm, and it is a co-generative. So co-generative means along with the human, and these are the two independent motions of the both the arms. So that may improve the you can say that the success rate of the different surgery in the field of medicine. Moreover, telepresence robotics, we can say that there are different kind of these cyborgs, exoskeletons, and the wearable robotics. Means whenever you are visiting any company where the receptionist may not be there, in place of the receptionist you will find these kind of the devices, or along with the receptionist also These robots are there, they are always happy to welcome you, and they will provide the majority of the informations which will be required, right? So similarly, it can be similar devices will be also available for the different housekeeping environments. It may be for the cleaning, or it may be for accompanying at your place, right? So humanoid. So we can say that people are nowadays working more with humanoid. So humanoid is another field where we can say that already a lot of developments are already there. But in future, there may be a football team, they are playing the robots. There may be a cricket team, they are playing the crickets, right? So that kind of the planning is already there. So that in place of the humans, people are watching who has built the good humanoids along with the dynamic stability and other aspects. So mechanical engineers definitely play a greater role whenever in the development of all the robotic devices, because they have to deal with the you can say that sizing of each and every element along with the kinematic analysis. You require better control about the position and velocity. Along with that, the dynamic simulations that may helps you to identify what are the torque requirement, what are the force requirement or availability. Accordingly, you can select the proper, so either the stepper motor, servo motor, or any linear actuators, right? So without the help of mechanical engineering, we can say that this field may not be emerged like anything, right? Afterwards, we can say that the electronic as well as the computer people, they may use the and added the artificial intelligence or data mining or any other things. So that stuff is feasible, but at first end, always there will be a leading role of mechanical engineering in the field of robotics. Now, as I have mentioned, there may be a collaborative robotics, right? Because nowadays there will be a scarcity of the skilled people, and in the market we can say that there are many labor problems. So to minimize these problems, we can say that there may be a collaborative robots. Means in India there won't be any problem, but in foreign countries that skilled labor is always a scarce, right? So to avoid that scarcity, we can say that people are working with a collaborative robots. And as I have mentioned, there may be a robotic soldier team that may be at the front end, right? And in the next war, there may be a many country. They are, you can say that they are in the battlefield. The military robots are there. Lot of work which will be going on for the space robotics also. There are many space centers like NASA, ISRO, and other space centers, right? So they are developing the different kind of the capsules so that they can penetrate in the outer space, and they can stay in the outer space for you can say that the number of days. So in that field also, in specifically in China and US, there are a lot of scopes are there. In India also, maybe down the line 5 to 10 years, there may be a market for the space robotics. Even for the entertainment also, we can say that in place of other people, people may love to enjoy with the robot dancing, right? So the days are not far that there may be a shows by the robots that based on the different tunes, there may be a different steps that will be followed by the robots. Even in the for the painting and different kinds of the arts also, maybe the robot may be taking the lead in the near future. As I am saying that microbots and swarm, there is a lot of inventions which will be going on, right? For the intelligence informations, as well as I have mentioned at the battlefield also, the swarm robotics will be useful in future. Now, in the field of agriculture also, one can say that for the smart farming, in the just near the down the line 5 years, we can say that for the big farms and for the companies like Reliance and other one, they are using the robotic vision systems for their crop monitoring. Even for the post harvesting activities also, it can be effectively manufactured. And you can see in this video that the for the plantations and for the better growth, the people are using the robotic systems.
90% less water than traditional farming. According to the World Resources Institute, the world population will be 10 billion by 2050. That's 2.4 billion more mouse than today. That's a challenge when startup Ironox is Ironox wants to create more sustainable farming, combining robotics and hydroponics. Hydroponics is the process of growing plants without soil. Ironox's plants live in trees and contain a solution rich in nutrients for the plant's growth. They recently launched their indoor production farm, which grows crops year-round.
There's multiple advantages of our approach to farming. With hydroponics, we can grow near consumption, near people. And with robotics, we can make sure that we're getting a consistently great product every week.
LED lighting helps the company grow 24 varieties of leafy greens and culinary herbs, including lettuce, kale, and basil. But where do the robots come in?
So we have Angus, our 1,000-pound mobile robot that can pick up these pallets of plants, as well as a smart robotic arm that can actually handle the plants with Galaxy.
The technology used is similar to a self-driving car, using sensors and computer vision to monitor the environment in real time for optimal growth. First, robotic arms collect data on each plant's health and growth. Then, the sensor-connected hydroponic trays monitor plant nutrients and pH levels. So, if anything is off balance, a doser can automatically remove or add nutrients. This helps sustain the overall farm's health and efficiency. Ironox claims producing fresh and consistent produce every week enables them to grow 30 times more produce per acre than traditional farms.
Our approach is absolutely designed to save money. By using robotics to do a lot of the tedious tasks, but also hydroponics, which is less waste, we want to be the most efficient one.
Real food, a real solution to help feed the world, thanks to robots.
So recently, AICT has also invited the proposals in this particular field of hydroponics just in the last week, right? So you can refer the AICT website where there are research proposal invited for the civil engineers in this particular domain. So we can say that in near future there may be a robotic process automation (RPA). We can say that it has the ability to save organizations millions or billions amount by automating repetitive and tedious tasks. Say for example, that you require to check your emails regularly, right? So we can say that it is a monotonous work, but in place of you, the persons or any robotic system that may be reading your mails appropriately, it will be answering, right? Because all those are the intelligent robots, right? So in future, maybe down the line 2040, it is expected that in place of you, the robotic like devices that may be reading your emails, and based on that whatever was the database available, and based on whatever your past communications, they will try to reply, or otherwise they will try to remind you that this is the urgent mail, like that. So definitely they will be assisting up to the greater extent. Nowadays in the Google, we can say that in Gmail, right, automated response is there. So majority of the time we are using that response. Okay, so based on that, automatically they will identify that what should be the appropriate response. Similarly, the robot will also try to understand based on the emails that this is the important email or not, right? So in near future, you will find that the robots may assisting us for the similar kind of a you can say that the repetitive kind of the environments.
AI will be implemented into robots. By 2050, robot dogs and other pets will serve as companions. Robots will dominate factories and begin to serve as teachers, cooks, pharmacists, law enforcement officers, athletes, and other professionals. In 2050, universal translators will remove all language barriers.
Even you can see that the kind of the delivery system that will be used by the different kind of the drones.
There will also be surveillance and security drones, along with drones for construction, entertainment, and agriculture. eVTOLs, or electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, will provide urban transportation. Currently, there are several working eVTOL aircraft prototypes. The urban market for them is massive, and studies have revealed that the technology could become highly profitable. One of the companies working on eVTOLs is Uber, who wants to make aerial ride-sharing a reality. There's also Airbus, who have their drone-like Airbus pop-up concept. If Uber, Airbus, and other companies succeed, we could see widespread adoption of the technology. By 2050, cities will likely have air taxis everywhere. But that may not work. Elon Musk says that roads must go.
Right, so you can see that now there won't be a 2D roads. There may be a concept of a 3D roads. Right, so maybe your space may be used for the roads by the robots in the near future. So even people have wrote the books on living with the robots. Also, you can search this book, which is available. Right, so they have narrated the concept of smart manufacturing technology, then smart city technology, and industry 5.0. Right, so in India so far we have not implemented the industry 4.0 successfully, but in the country like Japan, there was a talk just before today by one of the Japanese people. I have attended that, and they are saying that the government planning is means they have already started working on industry 5.0, and by 2025 I think their target is to successfully implement the industry 5.0. Right, so it is believed that means whenever we are talking living with the robots, it is believed that by the 2050 the population of the robot that may cross over the whatever is the population of the humankind. Right, so it was rightly stated that we can say that everything will be the smart, connected, and the data driven. So that's why people are working with the data mining. Why the people are saying data mining? Because data always have a valuable things, because whatever kind of the informations that you are pass on, right, so directly or indirectly, if that particular data that will be compiled in a systematic manner, then it is always useful to the humankind. Right, so that data will be used along with the robot in the form of artificial intelligence, and we can say that you may have a flexible workforce in future. Moreover, the people are also working that what kind of the rights that may be given to the robots. So, right, so it is sometimes it will be a laughing, that means whether we should give rights to the robots. Right, so of course we require to give the certain kind of the rights to the robots even. Right, so that it is improving the rights in our society also. Right, so because of those rights only we can say that the whatever will be the malpractices in the society, that can be stopped up to the certain extents. Right, so as I have mentioned, by 2075 we can say that there may be a electroactive polymer fabrics. We can say that they may be vibrate to shake the dirt. Right, so you need not require to clean your clothes regularly, and similarly the robotic devices may be also using the similar kind of the fabrics. Right, so that there won't be any kind of the medical issue even along with the robots. Right, so sometimes the questions in our mind, whether will a robot really steal our job? Right, so that was the question in my mind also multiple times, but I'm surely says that it is absolutely not. Right, at this juncture I would like to quote one thing: मंजिल उन्हीं को मिलती है, मंजिल उन्हीं को मिलती है जिनके सपनों में जान होती है, जिनके सपनों में जान होती है. राइट, पंखों से कुछ नहीं होता, पंखों से कुछ नहीं होता, आपके हौसलों से उड़ान होती है. राइट, सो यू रिक्वायर टू मीन्स uplift your morals and you have to boost up your energy, right? If you have a zeal to work, no one will stop you, right? Because for the repetitive and up to the certain level only the robotic will penetrate in our life. It is, they are not the highly intelligent so far compared to the humankinds, right? So that absolutely we can say that we are keep ourselves free for thinking in the right directions rather than doing a monotonous kind of the environment, right? So with this I would like to end my lecture. So any questions from the students or audience are welcome.
Yes, sir. There is a question that could you please elaborate more on robotics role in Industry 4?
Yes madam. Robotics 4.0.
Yes.
Yes. So in robotic 4.0, you can say that the people are working along with the robots, right? So there will be highly use of autonomous systems within the industries, right? So persons have to work and understand the different kinds of the controller and automation systems. They have to work with the different kind of the sensors, right? And they have to understand that whether it is a proximity sensors or what kind of the sensors are there, right? So majority of the systems, they are more integrated, right? Means right now we are working department wise in many Indian industries. Right now if you look at that this is a maintenance department, this is a store, or this is a another kind of the department. So that kind of the concept will no more, right? So it will be a complete industry. In that form only we can say that industry 4.0 will be working.
Now, second question is that, sir, how can we sensitize the robotics among the students at university level?
Yes madam. So it's a very good questions, because in India we are facing a problem that the sufficient kind of the infrastructure which is required for boosting the knowledge of the robotics, which is missing. Because our students are believing that whenever they are participating in the robotic like events, what they are using, they are using only a skeleton. Means in that skeleton they are using the servo motor or stepper motor, and they are controlling the whole robotic system by the switch on and switch off the that only stepper or servo motors, and based on that they are taking a turn, or they are moving forward, or moving backwards. But basically the definition of the robot itself is saying that it will be used for multi-purpose and multitasking, right? And along with the programming. So programming part is not included whenever any such kind of the games are there, right? So basically they are merely playing with a, you can say that switches, that's all. Because they want to take a right turn or left turn, means one side motor they are keeping off and they are taking the turn. So basically there won't be a speed control. Basically they have to control the speed of the both the sides of the robots, right? And for various tasks they are capable to use the different switches. Based on that, the different predefined programming that will be used for the robot. So first of all we require to provide the training to the students with the different kind of the controllers. Initially they may start with the Arduino controller, they may go again with the Raspberry Pi of the controller, and then after PLC controllers they can study them. Because in industry normally the PLC controller are there with the system. So even Fanuc controllers are also available in the market, right? So afterwards means you may devise the program from the first level or second level onwards. Gradually they will be trained in this particular kind of the domain. Along with that they require to deal with, explain the different kinds of the sensors, maybe velocity sensors or IR sensors or ultrasonic sensors, right? So that how to integrate those kind of the sensors with the controller, how to provide the signals with them, right? So that kind of knowledge is required. Then how to control the stepper motor and servo motor, right? They have to start with a single stepper motor and servo motor. Then after how to control with a multiple servo motors for the synchronous movement, because that is more important. Because normally I have also observed whenever they are developing the projects, what they are doing, in sequence they are operating the motors, which is not a right path. They have to operate the motors simultaneously, because our human hand movement is there, right? Because all the joints are operated simultaneously. It is not like that this is operated, then this is operated, and then this third one is operated. Whenever pick and place is there, at that time, so there is a synchronous motion of the all the joints simultaneously. So student have to learn the how to go with a simultaneous control in place of a individual controls.
Second question is that, sir, you have mentioned that in machine shop we are using the loading and unloading, drilling, and any drilling
Yes.
operation and die making operation. Any other operations can be for that we can implement the robotics in machine shop.
In machine shops, if you visit the industries nowadays, we can say that for EOT crane, engine overhead traverse crane, manufacturing industry, they are also using the robot for the plate cutting up to the, you can say that the 2.5 inch plate that can be efficiently cut with the, you can say that beta surface finish for the welding. After that, is called welding operation. Also, they need not require to prepare much, right? So even in the sheet metal industries also, people are widely using the such kind of the robots. Even for the foundry, because whenever the molten metals are there, they are always hazardous to the humans, because their temperature is more than 1000 degrees Celsius, right? So in place of that, the robotics devices are there, then there will be less chances of an accidents.
Next question is that, sir, can we use the robotics data which they have observed in our system, or we can implement that data in our system?
Yes, means that kind of the systems are gradually emerging, right? So that we can say that they will also learn from the external environments, right? So whatever they will receptive from the external environments, using the artificial intelligence, you can say that they will also try to mimic in future. So on that also, at many universities, the research work is going on, and that's why for the mechanical engineers in the countries like US and in Canada, right, in certain universities, we can say that after the graduations, the student can go for a post graduations in the university in the field of robotics. There is a good scope for the mechanical engineers.
Sir, so the where can mechanical engineers which take the degree in robotics, where they can place?
Yes, in India,
Or
we can say that the all the automotive industries, they are now using the robotic systems, specifically in India. But in foreign countries, even any manufacturing sector or any food processing industry, where also there will be a lot of you can say that applications of the robots. Even you can say that the soft drink manufacturing industries also, they are using the robots, right? So gradually, as I have mentioned, that for the even housekeeping activities also, there may be use of the robots. Even at the you can say that the medical devices also, we can say that in the form of the robotic system. So there are a lot of market right now in India. The awareness of the robotic system is less, and that's why government is also promoting the such kind of the innovations, right? So that's why in the startups also, even for the undergraduate program also, we can say that the robotic will be the one of the thrust area. And even in the research proposals also, if you have observed, why the robotics is kept as a thrust area. This is the reason, because in Indian education system, the robotics is not scaled up to that required level. So all the university levels we require to take care, because otherwise what happens, we are the behind compared to the developed and other undeveloped country.
so this is all about the questionnaires. Now I would like to express thanks for sharing the valuable information regarding the robotics and its future trends like the cooled robots, micro air vehicles, nano quadrants. These informations are very useful for the students for preparing their project based on the training. I'm thankful to Dr. Yaswant Patel sir for sharing their valuable time and experience. I hope we will keep in touch for the future online as well as offline events. Once again, I am thankful to Dr. Yaswant sir. Thank you very much, sir,
Thank you,
for
Rasu.
motivating our students also.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, Rasu. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Uh, you may end the session, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.